Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. My name is Amethyst, and today we're going to be discussing a topic that I have been wanting to talk about for quite a while now, and that is the topic of meta. And meta builds, meta characters, and meta teams in this game. And why I'm going to tell you that meta doesn't always mean better, and meta isn't always the best route to go in, unless you are literally trying to complete everything in the game as quickly as possible. But then at the same time, why are you trying to do that when the game is literally you know, coming up to a month old, end of next week, you know? So it's like I'm gonna be talking to you about this topic, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, then hit that like and subscribe button and leave a comment down below on your thoughts on meta. Without further ado, let's get into this. So if we think about meta, what do you guys think when you think about meta? Because the first thing I do is I think about a meta character. For instance, if we go into the characters of Wuthering Waves, Resonators, I do not have a meta character. The closest thing to meta I have is probably Yinlin as a sub DPS and support for the Electro team. If you are going for a full Electro team like me, then in essence, Yinlin is probably the meta character for this specific team. But we're not talking about the meta character for this specific team, because if that's the case, then if I wanted to go for, I don't know, if I wanted to go for an aero team, one of the best characters I could possibly go for right now is Jian Jin. So for my current situation in the game, Jian Jin would be the meta for my team currently. But the team I'm going for at the moment is full Electro. This is going to be my main team. However, the meta team is that what I have been seeing going around since release is Jian, Verena, and Matifi. These three are the top dogs at the moment. If you're not counting Yinlin, the top meta full team at the moment, in a lot of people's discussions, they're circling around Matifi, Jian, and Verena. Together, those three are an unstoppable force, because Verena is by far the most busted support healing character in the game. At this point in time, if you want to do maximum damage, Jian is the best character in the game. And if you want the best buff character in the game to buff a team in general, then you got Matifi, because Matifi's ultimate does severely increase your damage. It really does increase your damage output for your main DPS, which for that team is Jian, who already dishes out a lot of attack and a lot of damage. And now Matifi just goes, here you go, here's a little bit extra for you with his ultimate. So if you want a meta team, at the moment, that is the meta team. However, I'm going to be talking to you about why I am trying my best not to summon for characters that are meta, but to summon for characters that I desire the most. And what I mean by that is I'm going for characters that I myself am really excited about, whether or not they're meta or not. You know what I mean? For instance, Yuan Wu. I see next to no content creator doing videos on Yuan Wu. Next to none. Do I care? Some people are saying he's really bad. Some people are saying he's really bad. Some people are saying he's good. Some people are sort of 50-50 on him. I actually think he's very, very good in the right situational teams. For instance, full Electro being Calcaro as your main DPS, Yuan Wu as a support for Calcaro, and Yinlin as a support for these both. You know, if any, Yuan Wu's a sub DPS. Yinlin is a full support for an Electro team, but is also a in the sub DPS category. So realistically, you can either build a Yinlin, build a Calcaro, and choose which one you want to be. Essentially the center of your team. Realistically, though, why would you when Calcaro does more damage than Yinlin? Yinlin is very good to support Calcaro, because when you do her outro skill and then swap into Calcaro, she grants additional damage, speed, and just overall a ton of buffs to your main DPS or the next character that you've swapped out. So I've got a sub DPS that is Yuan Wu, and my main DPS is Calcaro. If I go to Yinlin and then swap her out into one of these two, their electro damage is going to be significantly amplified And I'm trying to build Yuan Wu anyway. As you can see, 193 crit damage, 50% crit rate. He's, you know, 1 out of 2 of his hits is going to be a crit damage, and his attack is half decent. But obviously, as you can see, my main damage dealer by far is Calcaro due to stats. But we're not talking about my team specifically. If you wanted a video about my team specifically, then we'll do that in the future. What we're talking about is meta. Now, Electro team isn't meta. Does it have potential to be a good team? Of course it bloody well does. It definitely does indeed. However, the main topic I want to cover in this video is the fact that people that are strictly going for meta characters are not the characters they want. People that do not care if the character looks absolutely outrageous. People that do not care that the character they want in themselves, like for instance, Geshu Lin. Geshu Lin is a character that I really want to release in 1.2 or 1.3. Those don't know who Geshu Lin is. Geshu Lin was the former general before Jian. He is a character that I really want to be playable. They haven't announced if he is or isn't. He's supposedly dead, but I don't think he is. He just disappeared in the story. He is a character that's going to be coming out, I hope, in 1.1 or 1.3. And whether or not he's meta or not, that's the character I really want to go for, because I think he looks absolutely amazing. Because I myself am excited for that character and how he looks aesthetically. I do not care if he releases and people are saying he is very disappointing. If you're looking for a really, really powerful mid DPS or sub DPS 5-star, this is not the character you want to go for if you're looking for meta. However, if you want a character that looks awesome, then absolutely go for it. So essentially, whether or not it's meta or not, go for it if you want that character. If you are really looking forward to a character and desire a character so much, it does not matter if they're meta or not. It doesn't matter if they're meta or not. You know why it doesn't matter if they're meta or not? Because this game requires an element of skill. It's not just about building one character and them just clearing the entire floor of the game. Now, if you have the meta team of the current state of the game, which is Jian, Verena, and Motifi, then all you need to do is use Verena and Motifi to buff Jian, and Jian will literally clear the entire board. He'll wipe the board clean of any enemies most of the time because of his kit and because of how powerful he is. So in that regard, yes, like Jian is or can be a one-man team. But then again, Verena and Motifi do play a significant part in the damage, in the maximum damage that Jian can do. So again, you need to have a good team comp based around that, which would be those three together. Obviously, that team's already been founded and created, so people can literally be like, copy, paste, if they have those three characters, copy the build. But why would you? Experiment yourself. But the point is, I'm seeing all of these people's going, I've seen it, by the way, in a lot of gacha games. But it's not meta, though. Why would you build him? Why would you build him? He's shit. He's such a shit character. He does no damn... Why would you go for that healer? Go for Verena. Because I don't want Verena. I don't like the way she looks. I don't care about the way she plays. Like, she's pretty... She's cute. She's adorable. But I don't like the way... I don't want to play a character like that. You know? I don't care. I have no interest in playing a character that is meta because it's not a character I want, regardless if she's meta or not. I'm playing Yuan Wu as my main. I'm switching out from Yinlin to Yuan Wu more than Yinlin to Calcaro. Is that the optimal way to play the team? Absolutely not. But I want to play as Yuan Wu because I think aesthetically he is one of my favorite characters. I like the suit, I like the fedora, I like the blue and grey hair, I like the fact he has a beard, I like the fact that he's tall, I love the fact that in his lore he owns a kickboxing gym, I like the fact that he's hand-to-hand combat based. I like the fact that if you throw down his wedge, then his one punch man ability, his ultimate, does stupid damage and does stupid vibrational shred. And those who don't know what vibration shred is, you know, like the stagger bar that an enemy has, that's the vibration shield or vibration, whatever it's called. So Yuan Wu does basically break effect, break the shield, break the armor that they have, which is the stagger bar. And I go from Yinlin to Yuan Wu because then it increases that damage and increases his kit, which means that the break effect or the vibration damage is higher, which means I'm going to stagger the enemy and break their shield, which then means I can then go into Kalkara and deal my most damage possible. But that's just the way I want to play my team. It's not the meta or optimal way of playing the team, but it's the way I enjoy playing the team the most. And that's not to say I don't enjoy playing Kalkara. Of course, sometimes I want to switch it up and go from Yinlin to Kalkara because I love Kalkara. I think he's so cool. Sephiroth, yes please. Devil May Cry, Sephiroth, and you know, if those two, you know, Virgil and Sephiroth fused, you get Kalkara. Absolutely, absolute badass. Absolutely badass. Of course, I'm happy with this character, but Yuan Wu is the character that I can't help but like the most. Is he meta? No. Is he good? In certain situations, he's very, very good. You know, he's not the best crowd control character, but one-on-one damage, if you go for bosses, he's very, very good. I think he actually will get better as time goes on. And I think since I got extremely lucky and I've got him R5, if I get him R6, he'll be even better because he's a very good support. He turns into a very good support a support DPS character because he is going to grant this guy and this girl a significant increase in defense. And if you are running a glass cannon, which unfortunately Kalkaro, based on my experience, is, then this is going to make him amazing. Amazing. If I want to swap in from him to him, and I've got, you know, it's going to be really, really good. It's going to be really, really good. Is this the meta team? No, but meta does not matter, and meta doesn't always mean better. There is a reason why this game has parries and perfect dodges. You can run the worst team in the world, but if it's the team you love, and if it's the characters you love, you are going to be able to make it work. Because if your timing is good, and if your parrying is good, and if your dodge window and your dodge reaction time is next to perfect, you're never going to run out of stamina, because if you perfect dodge, it doesn't really drain that much. It drains next to no stamina. And if you parry perfectly, then you're going to constantly break their vibration defense anyway. And then you're going to stagger the enemy, which means you can then go into whatever character you want and deal maximum amount of damage. Will it take longer? Probably. Is it the most optimal way of playing the game? Is it going to give you the highest damage output of all the characters? No, it's not. But is it the characters and team you want to play? Yes. Well then, there's your answer. Games like this is meant to be enjoyable. In my opinion, if you just go for meta over and over and over and over and over again, it sucks the life out of games like this. Look at Honkai Star Rail. When Viability came out, I saw him, when I first saw the picture, I was thinking, oh my god, he actually looks really cool and he resembles that of a dragon. I'm thinking about pulling for him. And I saw how brain dead his kit was based around that time. And I was like, no, I'm not summoning for Danhun Il, because I literally don't want the game to be boring for me, because I don't want to clear the content like that. I don't want to clear the content with my eyes closed and go, yo, let me just do that. Just do that. And then you had who's the Harley Quinn Joker character that came out in Penacony? I forgot her name. How could I forget her name? Sparkle came out. And if you got Sparkle and Imbibe the Lune, oh, I got news for you. You can basically just constantly rotate Danhun Il's stuff, his kit, his ultimate, his skill, over and over and over again. Mind you, Acheron came out, and Acheron is meta. Acheron is severely meta. She makes the game next to brain dead. But, and I pulled for Acheron because, one, not only do I like the look of the character, I think the animations are fucking pucker. And I'm a massive fan of JJK. I'm a massive fan of Bleach. I'm a massive fan of transformations. And the meta didn't matter to me because the way the character looked mattered more. So, if Geshu Lin comes out in 1.1 or 1.2 or 1.3, and he's not meta, I'm still going to pull for him. If he happens to be meta, I'm going to pull for him. Because it's the character that I desire, not the character that I'm doing just because he's going to make the game easy. You know? I didn't like Viability's look enough and his animations enough for me to pull the character. I just thought the character looks pretty cool. I'm thinking about it. But I chose Blade. And then when Viability came out, I was like, yeah, I've got Blade. I've got Blade. I like Blade a lot. I'm comfortable with Blade. I don't really need Viability. I don't really care too much about the character. He looks really cool. His animations are cool. But I just don't really care. And the fact that he's meta is actually putting me off him a little bit. Sometimes, like I said, with Acheron, you know, a character's look, for me, sometimes and animations outweigh the meta. So if the character's meta, but I don't care because the character, to me, is a character that I really, really want to, I'm excited for, and a character I really, really want, doesn't matter if it's meta or not. Pull the character, go for the character. You know? If Jinxie is trash, and you still want to pull for Jinxie at 1.1, pull for Jinxie because you like the animations, you like the way she looks. If you want Chang-Li, but Chang-Li's trash and not meta, who gives a shit? It's a character you really, really desire and really, really want to play. Go for it. Go for it. I know I'm sort of here, there, and everywhere, but I hope you guys understand the points I'm trying to make. Meta doesn't mean better, and meta doesn't always matter. Meta is not better. You know? Unless you are literally a guide maker, and your sole purpose is to create guides for these meta teams, then there is no reason for you to pull for meta characters if you don't want them. You know, I don't want Verena. People are like, you should have gone for Verena. I've had people in my chat and in my YouTube comments go, why don't you pull for Verena? Verena's just way better than this, or this. Because I don't want Verena. Why not? She'd make the game so much easier. I don't want the game to be easier. I want the game to be fun. I want the game to be fun. Do you think I want to go into boss fights and clear them in under 30 seconds? No. I want to overcome that challenge. Because if I'm running a team, like my Full Electro team, that you know, that I enjoy and love playing, whether they're meta or not, that's, you know, that's what I'm doing, because that's what I want. I want a team that isn't meta, but a team that I enjoy playing, regardless of the meta or not, regardless of if it's the go-to team. I don't care. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. Does not bother me in the slightest. You know, I think occasionally meta can sometimes kill other characters and kill a game, because if meta becomes too central, if it becomes too much of the center of attention, then what's the point in going for the characters you want if the only way to clear the content is to go for the meta characters? Luckily for this game, like I said, it requires an element of skill. It requires an element of skill, because you cannot clear this content if you are ridiculously bad at dodging and parrying. It entices you to get better at dodging and parrying, because there is a parry mechanic. If you can't parry, make sure you can perfect dodge. If you can't perfect dodge, you need to at least learn to do that. Because if you want to clear endgame, you need to start to learn these things. You don't need to. You don't rely on the character you have. Like I said, there is meta teams and there is meta characters in this game, as I went over one of them. But it doesn't necessarily. But even the meta teams struggle. You know, even if you have the top three, the holy trinity of today, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to clear all the content. Because if you have Jan, Matifi, and Verena, it's going to make the game easier. Doesn't mean you're going to clear it in under 30 seconds to a minute. You know, you go to a hologram boss on difficulty 4 or above, and tell me you can clear that with ease. You can't. It actually has an element of skill to it. You have to parry, you have to dodge. You can't just go, oh, I'm going to buff my Gian and use Verena for all the other buffs and shields and whatever she can give my Gian, because then I'll just you know, go into Gian and just clear the content. No, you really can't just go into Gian and just smash, you know, ability, smash ultimate and whack, 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 whack. Like, to an extent, it's gonna definitely help your struggles against the boss. It's gonna definitely make it a little bit easier. But is it gonna be brain dead easy? Absolutely not. If you want a brain dead easy game, unfortunately, guys, go to Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is not a bad game. Visually, it's appealing. Lots of vibrant colors. Lots of, oh, look at that ability. Abilities look really cool, but doesn't have a parry mechanic, doesn't have a dodge, a perfect dodge mechanic. It is literally swap into 3 characters, buff your main DPS, and deal fucking damage. You know, that is meta heavy, unfortunately. In my opinion, Genshin is meta heavy. If you haven't got meta characters and you haven't got the best 5 stars, there's no point clearing you won't be able to clear the end game content. Those Amber lovers out there, give up. Those Razor lovers out there, I love Razor too. Razor was my main character, my main DPS when the game first came out. But if you want to clear some of the content, you can't use Razor. Trust me. You're gonna need Arlecchino. You're gonna need Wanderer. You're gonna need Arataki Ito. And even Ito isn't really meta, to be honest. He does a lot of damage, but again, Geo's dead. How many? You know, I was a full Geo team at one point. You know, with Guro, Ito, and I can't remember my 3rd member of my team, but you know, I was a. Oh wow! Look how beautiful that looks. Can I get to the top? Can I get to the top and look at that? Anyway, but yeah. Oh, look at that! Look at that! This game is so beautiful, man. Oh, this game is one of the best looking gachas out there. Anyway, point is, this game requires skill. You don't need a meta team. If you want to go for a character that people say is in like C, D tier, but you like the animations and like the way the character looks, pull for them. Go for them. Go for them. Please. Please. I'm actually telling you, go for that character. Because that character is the character that you will enjoy and want to build. Whether or not their damage is meta, whether the damage isn't meta, whether their shields and heals are meta, whether they're not, does not matter. Does not matter. Doesn't matter in the slightest. You know, go for the character you want, because I'm seeing some people going, well, technically this team's the meta character. I can clear the content in this time. I don't care. What team are you running? Full Electro. And who's in that? Kalkaro, Yuanwu, and Yinlin. Well, Yinlin's good. And Kalkaro's not too bad. But why are you using Yuanwu? Because it's my favourite character. But why? Because I like the character. Yeah, but why? Because animations are really cool. And I like the fact that he scales off defense. And I like the fact that his lore is like, he's a really nice and genuine guy. I like the fact he owns a boxing gym. I like the fact that he helps the community. And I like the fact that he wears a suit and a fedora. Next question. I've answered your question of why am I using this character. And he has a One Punch Man move. He has Thunder Punch. He has literal Saitama Thunder Punch. And can raise a pillar from the ground, dealing increased damage. And when you hold down his circuit, he gets a blue Super Saiyan blue-like aura. And his moves become so quick that he looks like he's doing the Mudas and the from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You know, and he has a blue aura. He looks awesome, and he's so fun to play. That's why I don't care what damage he does and doesn't do. I have Yinlin and I have Kalkaro for that. But am I still gonna constantly swap over to Yuanwu? Yes, yes I am. Who are you running? I'm running Jian. Jian's pretty cool. I like Jian. He's cool. I like the fact that he cooks summons a dragon. Yeah, his damage is I don't like Jian. I actually wanted Yinlin over Jian, but I chose Jian because he's more of a meta character. He deals the most okay. So you didn't go for a character because you want fun. You went for a character because you just want to clear the content and say you cleared the content and then just wait another God knows how much. And then complain that the game is dry of content because you've decided to clear it in a day, in a week. Well, yeah. Fucking idiot. By the way, guys, I'm not calling each and every one of you guys an idiot for strictly pulling meta characters. That's not what I'm saying, because if you enjoy using the characters that are meta and enjoy doing and clearing content, great. I'm talking about the toxic people that are shitting on the people and looking down on the people that don't want to use meta characters, that want to use the characters they want, you know? Like, I guarantee there's people out there that love Chisia. I guarantee there are people out there that want to use Chisia or Chixia, or however you pronounce the name. She's probably just one of the worst characters in the game. But I guarantee, like, people could be like, she's really cute. I like the fiery red hair. I like her attitude. I like her outfit. I like you know, I like the character. Cool. I'm really glad you do. You know, she's shit. She's trash. But I'm glad you enjoy using her. And you know what? If they can make the character work to their advantage, then great. This is another example of a meta character, right? However, her whole aesthetic is so cool. Her whole aesthetic is so cool. Like, the crescent moon circle thing pendant, the blue contrasting with the red and the dark red and the white. Perfect. Hair, really nice style. Eyes, really cute. Just a cute little face. But if you piss her off, she's gonna, you know, turn her blood into a scythe. She's Scarlet from Mortal Kombat 11, mixed with Blade from Honkai Star Rail. Sacrifices health for damage. Basically, if you want to be a psycho damage dealer that doesn't care about your well-being, go for this character. She's cool. Is she meta? Absolutely. She rivals a lot of the 5-star characters. But you know, if you enjoy the character while also her using a meta character, but you enjoy the way she looks and the way she plays, great. I'm talking about the people that do not care whether they like the character or not. They just want meta, only meta, and shit on the people that aren't doing that. Well, you're never going to clear the content if you don't. I don't care. I don't care how difficult it is. Every single bit of content can be cleared if your skill level is high enough, whether or not you're using meta characters or not. That's the point I'm trying to make. That was the point I was trying to make in this video. Please let me know down below if you understand what I'm saying. Use the message of this video is meta isn't better. Summon for your own enjoyability of this game. Summon for desire, not meta. Whoever you want to summon for, regardless of how good they are, if you like the way they look and play, and you really like that character, not because they're meta, but because you like that character, summon for the character. Please summon for the character. I actually want you to summon for the character if that's the case. Because then it gives you a sense of enjoyment. I love the way this character looks. I love the animations. Yeah, they don't do the most damage, or yeah, they don't heal the team the best. But I like using the character. I'm so happy for you for finding that within yourself. You know? You know? I went for Yinlin. I went for Yinlin because I love the way she looks. I like the purple aspect of her abilities and the lightning strikes and everything. She's hot. And also, you can't tell me that isn't one of the coolest ultimate animations in the game. You can't tell me that. You know? You cannot tell me that isn't the case. But then it's like, oh yeah, but also at the same time, I really like the look of the character. And also at the same time, she will do well for my Yuan and Calcaro. It's a win-win. You love the look of the character and the animations of the character and you like the character. But she's also very viable to the team you're trying to build. It's a win-win. I'm not just pulling for the character because meta only. Or because she's just going to make my team meta. That's not the reason why I summoned for her. I wanted to go for a full Electro team. I decided that when the game came out and trying out each character, and I was like, I want a full Electro team because I think they're pretty fun they're really fun, really flashy, really fun. Just overall enjoyability rate 10 out of 10 for me. So that's what I did. And then Yinlin, I was like, Yinlin looks fucking fire. If you guys saw my reaction to her trailer, you'll know how excited I was for her. You know. And with 1.1 Jinshi's coming out, Jinshi's animations are some of the best in the game. I know the game hasn't been out long, and obviously, but to compare to all of the 5-stars and 4-stars in the game, Jinshi's animations are probably the best. Chang Li is also very much up there in terms of animations because they look so colourful and they look so detailed and they look so cool. They look awesome. They do. They look so awesome. And whether or not Jinshi's meta or not, if I want to go for Jinshi, it'll be because of how cool she looks. She has 3 forms. Base form, and then she has her ascended form, and then she has an even better version of that ascended form, where she has a really cool aura, and her attacks and speed is increased, and loads of buffs on top of that. You know? She looks so cool. She has base form, Super Saiyan, and Super Saiyan 2. Now tell me that doesn't sound like a character you'd want to go for. And she's fucking cute, and she looks like bloody Noelle from Black Clover. And she has she has Shenron with her to fight by her side. Like, god damn, she looks awesome. So if I'm going for Jinshi, whether or not she's meta or not, there's a reason why I'm going for her. And it's not because she may or may not be meta. It's because I love the look of the character, and I love the character in the story. You know? But yeah, that's my rant over for meta doesn't matter. And yeah, I hope you guys see where I'm coming from. I didn't want to ramble on for too long. You know, I've been going on for about half an hour now. I didn't want to just ramble and rant and constantly shit on things. I'm just getting annoyed the fact that certain people that are only summoning for meta because it's just meta, not because of enjoyability or desire. I'm getting annoyed at the fact that they're starting to really shit on other players that are just that are free to play and going for the character and have to choose the characters they really want instead of the characters that are meta, and also people that just enjoy characters that are not high in the food chain. You know, summon for desire, not meta. Okay, don't be a follower, don't be a sheep, be a wolf. Don't be a follower, be a leader. Okay, go for the characters you want, not because it's meta. If the character you desperately want happens to be meta, then well done. You've got yourself a character that you really enjoy playing as and playing with in your team that just happens to be very, very, very powerful. Congratulations. But don't just go for characters because they're meta. You know, it sucks an element of the fun out of the game. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I didn't ramble on too much. I hope you guys understand, you know, where I'm coming from. And yeah, I can't wait to see you in the next video. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts on this video and what your thoughts are on meta. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.